So let's get into it. Part 2. Really, part 1, I just got rudely interrupted. And I apologize for that, twins. I salute. But let's get into it. Dudes is pressing, let me not say dudes, but an individual, while I'm on the phone talking to mommy, because it's my first time in the yard in Attica. You know, he's roaming around back and forth like a dog. You know, he ain't on I was about to say sidewalk. He ain't on the concrete, he's in the grass, because it's like separated. You got the concrete, that's where everybody's on the phone at. And you got a CO around there roaming around also. Then you got the grass. And basically, if you're not waiting to get on the phone, that's like usually where you be at. You be like in the grass section. So while I'm on the phone with my mom's, I'm like, damn. I'm in my mind. At that very moment, I'm like, here we go again. Once I get off the phone, it's gonna be on and popping. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to fucking address this shit now. Obviously, I already knew. Obviously, I mean, the dude telling me hang up, like he was walking across the yard towards me. I already knew that. Obviously, whatever phone I was, people were claiming the phones. I off the rip. I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking while I'm on the phone, I'm like, you know what? I'm telling my mother, I'm giving her, I'm like, yo, let her know where I'm at. I'm like, yo, mommy, I'm in Attica. This is where I'm at. Boom, boom. Call this person, do whatever, taking care of whatever I gotta take care of, send a package, money order, whatever. You know, getting all my affairs in order. You know, while I'm there. So what happens is I hit you have 60 seconds left on this call. At the same time, it's like 2 more dudes walking towards the dude that's been pacing back and forth waiting for me to get off the phone. So in my mind, I know dudes he gonna say whatever he gonna say. I don't know if he's blood at the time. I don't know. I just know dudes is gonna try to say something. And depending on how that conversation go, it could go left, it could go right, or it could just stay censored and everything is cool. And you know, I could you know, depending on how you talk, that's another topic that I'm gonna get into. But not now. Because it all really depends on how you talk, man. To avoid stuff or start stuff. So 2 more individuals end up joining up with this guy. As my click is about to be a wrap. Now I could call again. But like I said, the CEOs is monitoring. So they only letting you get 1 click. 1 click is basically 25 minutes to 30 minutes. That's how much it is for that first phone call. You're gonna be on the phone 25 minutes, I believe, or 30 minutes. That's what it is. So after that first 25 minutes or whatever, I said it's over. Mommy, I love you. I'm not telling her, yo, mommy, I'm about to hang up this phone and I'm probably going getting into some crazy. Nah, I told her basically, like, if I do not call you, man, the next week or 2, or if you don't hear from me on the phone, then you'll just be getting a letter from me. And that's just because I'm getting moved around. You know, I'm not trying to make her feel more uncomfortable than she need to be. Her son is already incarcerated doing 12 years in jail. I'm not gonna stress her out with my bullshit that I gotta deal with in there. I'm gonna paint a picture like this bitch I'm in Disney World. Regardless of the fact that I'm in Attica and it's the complete opposite of Disney World. That's the picture I'm painting for mommy. I don't give a fuck. I'm not never letting her think that I'm like going through a bunch of crazy shit. So, the phone ends. Boom. I hang up. Straight to business. I'm going straight to dope. Once I get to this motherfucker, it's 3 of them now. I'm walking towards them. I believe somebody else actually. All right. So I believe it was somebody else that was supposed to get on the phone when I jumped on, right? So he was one of the dudes that was there with the other dude that was trying, I guess address me. I say it like that. The crazy shit is that the other dude that was there, once I got off the phone, the other guy, he went straight to the phone. Straight to the phone. And jumped on the phone. Because once them phones is off, them shits is hanging, the brothers is jumping on. Somebody's getting on the phone. Like, everybody got somebody to try to call. It's very rare sometimes that you see phones hanging and nobody on them. But anyway, one of those is there. He a big homie for the Gorilla Stones. And he was my son. He was my twin. He was somebody I put work in with, right? When I was in OBCC 5 North. And he was blood. He was a homie. He was blood. And he was still a cub, I guess you could say, for the homies. He was still a youngin'. But this is like, I'm talking about before I went up north, like, I'm talking about like on my second time on the island type shit. When I was adult. When I was adult, me and him was in the same house together. And he was official tissue. But he was a funny dude. He was one of them dudes that he got so many jokes, you would think he's a joke. But he's not. Motherfucker was. And when he sees me, he gets mad hype. He's like, yo, Chulo? That's Chulo? Oh, hell. He got mad hype. And when I realized, and it registered in my brain, I'm like, oh, that's the twin. That's my son. That's my dude. I started laughing. I'm like, yo, you serious? So me and him automatic now, everybody else that been watching, because let me tell you something. When you in that yard, everybody's watching. Especially when you fucking with them phones. Not everybody, let me not say everybody, but there's somebody that's watching in every click. There's somebody in the King, Bloods, Crips, 5%. I don't give a fuck, the gay motherfuckers, whatever it is. There's always somebody kind of on point and watching. Because them yards are small as fuck in Attica. Smallest yards I ever been in. Outside of the box. Them fucking yards was tiny, bro, in Attica. Anyway. It ends up being my people's. You know what I'm saying? The fucked up thing right now, it kind of got me feeling a little bit a certain type of way, is that I can't fucking remember his name, man. And that got me, I'm kind of mad on that because that was my twin. And he was a good dude. We was together on the island, on the Attica. And that day, that was Dave's phone, his phone. He was the big homie. So I guess the way I could probably bring it down, narrow it down, maybe eventually remember who he is, was he was one of whoever was the big homies for the Gorilla Stones back in 03. And there was an Attica. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I can say. Because in the A block, which A block is Afghanistan, baby Afghanistan is what they used to call it. So anyway, once I see it's him, he sees it's me, we start vibing. That's it. It's over. Everybody else is like, oh shit, these niggas know each other. So me and him start spinning the yard. So he starts putting me on to like, yo, this phone belongs to this person. That's a neutral phone. That's the blood phone. That's a king phone. It's not third. Cause like there's a lot of phones, and Max's is like 4, 5, 6 phones in them yards. It's not just like 1 or 2 or 3 like in Rikers Island. Now it's like multiple phones. So, but people still try to claim them. That's the crazy thing. People still try to claim them. So he's breaking it down to me. We walking around. He starts pointing to like, all right, These are the Trinitario area. This is the 5%ers, the Muslims. These are where my homies is at. We got this and this and that. And then he points to the bros, to the kings, right? And when he starts pointing to the bros, I put his hand down. I'm like, yo, stop. Because he was doing so much. I'm like, yo, stop pointing. He starts laughing. Because I told you, he a funny nigga. He one of them dudes is just like, he's a clown. He's a clown, but he's a live wire at the same time. He was the big homie for that set. So he was one of the motherfuckers. He just didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But he was a shooter. 100%. So my son is pointing. I'm like, yo, bro, nigga, stop pointing. Because I didn't want the bros to know. I was still doing my work. Meaning, I was still observing my surroundings. I want to see how the kings are moving before I let them know I'm there. Now, I don't remember if I addressed this in the first one, but you literally usually have like 2 to 3 days to even identify yourself to the kings, unless you're asked directly. You cannot deny nothing. If anybody asks you anything directly, you can't deny it. You deny it, you fool. You don't deny shit. So, while he pointed and I put his hand down, one of the bros peeped it. One of the kings peeped it. So while we were spinning the yard, we passed the homie. He starts introducing me to a lot of his homies. Though he's like, yo, this is a real one right here. He was bigging me up. He was showing me love. Because like I told you, me and him put working together. So he knows how I give it up. And I know how he give it up. Like, I know. And he knows. So now, you know, he up top. He doing like 15. He got his own hood. And he the big homie for that hood. And he introducing me to his little homies. Like, yo. But he telling them like, yo, I'm king. You know what I'm saying? So this is like halfway around the yard. Because we was passing their area, their section. And when we got to their section where we was walking around, he's like, yo, let me introduce you to the homies. So he introduced me to whatever homies that was there, whatever the case may be. And then we keep it pushing. And we start walking. And we passing the bros. And as soon as we getting close to the bros, this loud mouth ass bros. Yo, shout out to King Love, though. I can't lie. Yo, he was loud as fuck. Raspy voice. Sunset Park. Gunset Park. 21 gun salute. Yeah, he was bad boy. King Love. He was fucking my age now then. You feel me? Like, he was my age now then. Banging. He loud as fuck. He's talking to the homie. He calls the homie because they, you know, they've been there, so he knows him. And he's like, yo, what up, 5? That's when we was on our 5. Like, we still on our 5. What up, 5? What up, 5? Yo, what up, 5? And the minute he said that, you know, now he's obligated. You know, he gonna address the bro. And then one of the other bros that peeped when I was like putting his hand down, just literally asked, yo, me. Yo, you bro? You a rey? I'm like, fuck. I can't say no. Feel me? I didn't want these motherfuckers to ask me nothing. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, sometimes you will wish you was neutral. I ain't gonna lie. Because you don't want to deal with the politics and go through the process. It's just a lot of shit you go through when you banging. Especially when you was king. Back then, it was just... Sometimes it was just like... Sometimes you want to break. Believe it or not. Not a break away from... but it's just like with the politics. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta start addressing shit and let them know who you is, where you from. They want to check you, G-check you, meaning like knowing if you know your lessons, what's your oath, you know, what's your 5 point. You know, it's like, that's why all kings, all Latin kings, when they was sentenced and they was upstate, you had that opportunity to take the 2 to 3 days before you let your presence be known. For that specific reason, you get to do your little math, do your homework, see how it is. And then you let them know. And then when you let them know, you basically just, all right, you know what it is. What up? What y'all want to know? And y'all go, you do the back and forth. You know what I mean? G-checking, basically. So, that's what happened. He's like, yo, what up, you bro? I'm like, yeah, what up, King Chulo, I'm on the Rey. Throw it up. I'm not throwing it up on here, y'all. Obviously, y'all know for specific reasons, but threw it up. So now, it's a wrap. Well, it's not. What I mean by it's a wrap. Now it's like I gotta go through the politics with the bros now. So now, I'm getting introduced to all the bros that's there. Shout out to King Blaze. 1418. Shout out to King Bam. 1418. Shout out, yo, Love, I already said. Right? Shout out to King Flex. Yo, it was some, the bros that was there. Except for Love, it was just crazy. Because King Love, he ended up going home. The motherfuckers was licensed out. Especially Bam, Flex. Like, I hope they coming home. I wish they all home now. Because this is years ago. Like I'm talking about, this is 2003 when I was in Attica. So we talking some shit that happened years ago. But anyway, so now the homie, he's talking with Love. But now that they know that I'm king, now it's all eyes on me. Like, yo, all right, so who this? So I'm like, yo, bros, I'm gonna catch up. Let me finish spinning with the homie, with the 5, and I'm gonna come back. So that's what I did. Because I already knew what it was. Once I went back over there, it was gonna be 1,000 questions, and being that I'm banging and I'm repping, I have to answer these shits. And I hate answering questions. I ain't gonna lie. I hate that. I always hated that shit. Like, if you ain't fucking know me off the rip, like, it's like, now you gotta ask me that. But anyway, it's part of the program, basically. So I spin with the homie purposely because I wanted to finish. He was putting me on to everything that I needed to know. He been there already like 2 years in Attica. And he's letting me know while we spinning the yard, he's putting me on to everything. He's giving me all the info I need to know. Telling me about some gay motherfucker. I forget his name, some gay blood nigga. Yo, this motherfucker. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into that shit. Gay as fuck, bro. Big ass blast on his face. Murderer, though. But a straight booty bandit. Shit is real. Yo, Attica, that yard, woo, that was the illest yard. As far as like with gay motherfuckers, like, yo, they had a whole court. Like, some real Oz shit. Any of y'all familiar with Oz? I think it was on HBO. You know how they got the gay yo, them motherfuckers was really, they had their own set. Like a whole clique of gangster homosexuals. I ain't gonna say the F word. Gangster, and I mean, when I say gangster, I mean they will put work in, which is even crazier. Anyway, I'm spinning the yard. He's putting me on all of this. He's like, yo, boom. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. Then he's telling me about my own bros. Whatever info he has, what they know, what happened, he's putting me on. He's telling me about Love, who's running the bros. He's the first crown. He's telling me about Bang. He's telling me shit. As he should, because that's my dude. We got history. So by the time we finished spinning the yard, a couple of laps, I finally just post up with the bros, And when I post up, that's it. That's when it starts. So what up, bro? Yo, when you got crowned, who crowned, all this shit that, y'all know the politics of this shit. So I go through all of that. And there's a couple of the bros already done heard of me. what I'm saying? It was a couple of bros there that they wasn't in the yard that day. You know, they wasn't in the yard that day. But when people went back and they went back to their cell blocks, they was just talking about, yo, you got a new bro, King Chulo. They basically started vouching for me that was with me in the 4 building or whatever other building I was at. So, you know, from there, oh, that's right. All right, so check it out. So now from there, I end up staying there. I end up getting a porter job. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. I'm skipping through the bullshit, sticking to the real shit. There's a dude that comes through. I forget if he was Spanish or white. He was an off-duty police officer from Bushwick, Brooklyn. Got incarcerated for for vehicular homicide. So he killed the whole family. Father, mother, I believe she was walking with 2 children, and she was pregnant with twins. Father, mother, 2, I could possibly be wrong, and it's probably 3 children. And she was pregnant. Rest in peace, God bless their angels in heaven. He came out of a strip club in Bushwick, Brooklyn. He's an off-duty police officer, drunk as fuck, and hit her. He killed them. Oh no, it wasn't the husband. It wasn't the husband. It was the mother and the children. It wasn't him. He survived. I don't remember if he was there or not, but it wasn't him. It was the mother and the children. Because I remember seeing the and if y'all research this, put that work in, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Off-duty police officer kills a family in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Period. And I would say I was up there about that. So it had to be like 2002, something like that, 2003. So anyway, by this time, I have like a porter position, and I'm able to get out my cell. This cop we already done seen this shit on the news, bro. Because remember, we got TVs, like, yo, we already done seen this shit. It's been all over the news. An off-duty police officer kills a whole family. Driving drunk. The whole family. Bro, that's the only thing that I respected about them racist ass CEOs in Attica is that when it came to shit like that, they took the gloves off and they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck if you was black, white, whatever. They did not give a fuck. Feel me? And when that dude came through, whew, I physically put hands and feet on that motherfucking police. Because I was a porter. Not only was I a porter, like certain CEOs on that shift, like when he was in his cell, the CEOs, they know what you locked up for. Literally, they know how much time you're doing and what you locked up for. And they knew that we knew who he was. And basically, CEOs just let the dudes that's running that, or that hold some type of weight out their cells. Bing! That's all you hear. You hearing the cells crack. It's I don't want to. You hearing the cells crack. Because I can't, because this is, look, this one right here, I guess I could say the names, right? So yeah, it was some Dominic Anthony Thadio dude called Bala. Bala means bullet. So Bala, he was crazy, Dominican motherfucker. He was crazy. Shout out to Bala. Bala's never coming home. He's never coming home. God bless his soul. He ain't never coming home. He was already in there for like a fucking double homicide. And he was a crazy Dominican motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. He was crazy as fuck. Big motherfucker too. Like 6'3", 6 something, 2 and some change. Then you had me. Then you had my son Cito. Some little short ass motherfucker from Queens. Short as fuck. A little fucking midget damn near. And somebody else. I forget who. They crack ourselves. They crack that ex-police motherfucker cell. And we doing the only thing that the CEOs is telling us not to do is stab him, cut him, and that's it, basically. Don't stab him, don't cut him. But we could beat the brakes off of him. And that's what we did. Beat the brakes off that mother. We beat the brakes off. That was day one. That happened day one. That happened day two. And day three, this is when shit went left. Because we was doing him, for 2 days, we was doing him dirty. Just violating him. Slapping him, punching him, beating him up, throwing him on the wall, like putting his face in the toilet. Yeah, it was getting, we did him dirty. In day three, they cracked the pins again. I seen the motherfucking, I was telling you about the Dominican. On Bala. He's coming out. He got 2 lotion bottles in his hand. He got a lotion bottle here and a lotion bottle here. No, a shampoo bottle and like a conditioner bottle. And then plus he got like lotion. He got a bunch of cosmetics. We coming out the cells, twin. Pop. I'm like, all right, we're gonna whip this motherfucker ass again. I seen this motherfucker with shampoo bottles and conditioner bottles in his hand. I'm like, yo, bottle, what the fuck? He like, no, oi. He just started talking mad Spanish that I couldn't even understand, but I knew what the fuck he was saying. So yeah, I understood it. And basically what he was saying is today he's gonna get done extra dirty. We're not playing no games today. He gonna eat this today. He getting shit up his ass today. That's what he's saying to me. I can talk about this. You know why? I can't get charged. Because this shit is like, man, there's a statute of limitations on all type of cases like this. The only thing there's no statute of limitations on is capital murder. Period. And I think the attempted murder is a little bit long, but yo, bro. The minute I seen this motherfucker Bala, like it's just like my spider. I'm like, yo, nah, this is different. I'm like, yo, this is different. And these motherfuckers coming out. He like, wow. He got. I'm like, yo, Cito ain't come out that day either. It was like, yo, I locked in, bro. My cell cracked. And when I seen this motherfucker with shampoo bottles and conditioner bottles, and he was telling me all the shit that he was telling me, I was like, está bien, yo, okay, yo te entiendo, está bien, vamos. And nigga, I did a U-turn. And literally went back in my cell and closed my cell. Bang, because I just wasn't with it. Plus, I wasn't doing that type of time. That's the crazy shit. I was doing a whole lot of fucking time. Think about this. I was doing 12 years. I was sentenced to 12 years in prison. But the mentality of somebody that's doing 12 years in prison compared to somebody that's doing 25 to life, natural life, 60 life, whatever, it's just different. It's different. Now you got to deal with these individuals and be ready to take it to that same level and extent that they are if you bump heads with them. But other than that, it's just different. He's not coming home. He knows he's not coming home. I'm coming home. Y'all see me, right? That's why I'm here right now. I did my bid. And they still, unfortunately, doing this. Yo, they did that motherfucker dirty. They shoved shampoo bottles up his ass. Think about that. Yo, the screams in the beginning, because they shut his ass up and put something in his mouth, and he shut the fuck up. They, I don't know, sock in his mouth, whatever. In the beginning, you hear, yo, the whole, they did him so dirty, right? Which is the reason why I locked back in my cell. They did him so dirty, they got recharged. They caught cases because he had to go to the hospital. The CO that was on tour on that shift got fired because of the shit that happened on his shift, on his tour. You know what excuse you got that a dude, he's not even like getting fucked physically or raped by men. He's getting fucking shampoo bottles shoved up his ass. You can't make this shit up, twins. You can't make this shit up. That's just crazy to think like that. And you hear the screams in the beginning, like I said, only in the beginning. After that, he got shut the fuck up. They put something in his, because he was making too much. Yo, he sounded. It got to the point where, damn, I actually felt for a fucking cop, ex-cop, that took out a whole family because he was driving drunk and thought he could. And yo, let's not get it twisted. Y'all know how much time he got hit with? He didn't get hit with max time. Let's not get this shit twisted. He got sent to a max because they thought, for some reason, I guess they thought he was going to be more safer. The motherfucker only had 3 years to do for vehicular manslaughter. That's why he only got hit with like a 3 to 9. But they sent his fucking ass to a max. Bro, they got done dirty. Like, that's type of shit. I can't do no shit like that. Like, what? I'm shoving shit up your ass? Pause, twins. I know we're going left right now, so I'm gonna bring it back, but it's just real talk, man. It's real talk. It's like, no cap at all. They did that motherfucker filthy, B. Filthy to the point where these dudes that did that to him, they got recharged. If I would have stood the fuck out my cell, I would have got charged also. That's the crazy shit. I would have caught a whole new case. And that's not the type of case I want to get. So I didn't, twins. That was one of them situations where I was actually like smart enough to like know, like, nah, I'm not, alright, y'all got this. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. And that saved me a whole fucking other charge. And the crazy charge, those are sex charges, man. Those are sodomy charges, man. Those ain't fucking regular assault charges. Like, they got charged for some crazy shit. And got sentenced for that shit, too. Because I ended up bumping heads with Bala and Clinton after I left Attica. Because Attica was my first max. My last max was Clinton Correctional Facility. And let me tell you something. I got some smoke for y'all on that one. But I'm going to let y'all go, twins. Y'all already know how it is. Nothing but love and respect. Nothing but the smoke. All day, every day. 21 gun salute. 114. Black and gold never fall. 360. Ride that 5. Ride. I don't give a fuck what you ride. As long as you real. And you're a real man. In my eyes, you moving like a king. You moving like a lion. And that's all that matters to me. slow.